is Vegas All Net Radio, the final frontier of free speech.
Views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.
Good afternoon and welcome to Luminosity Wellness Radio. I am Jeff Rennell and I'm here with the always beautiful Christine Essex.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello. We have Josh Carpenter in the corner there, Mr. Blue. How you doing?
Doing good. Gosh, hello.
And then we also have our special guest in the radio studio already today. We have Mari Rose and Mr. Bill Smith. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you for having us here.
Great to have you.
This is a good show today. We are still pumping it up, getting ready for our Night of the Unknowns, and these two are very special guests that you will be seeing at the center. So you're going to hear all about what they have to deliver.
That is wonderful. Yes, we're going to do another show today with the Night of the Unknowns, and so we have our two practitioners that are going to be part of the Night of the Unknowns on October 30th over at Luminosity Wellness Center. So they're going to be showing us a little bit about what they're bringing for the Night of the Unknowns. I also want to mention that we are going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Night of the Unknown as well today. So we're going to be looking for caller 3 today, caller 3. But let's not take the caller right away. Let's go ahead and after our first commercial break, we'll be looking for caller 3. So as soon as the commercial break's done, you can go ahead and give us a ring. We're going to also, I hope, a little bit later on, Mari is talking about maybe doing a reading for a caller that calls in. So also be around your phone waiting for that as well, too. And the number here is 702-483-4444. So, Christine, you want to tell us a little bit about our guest here and introduce them one by one with this?
Well, first of all, I met Bill Smith a few years ago at a different event that we had. A grand opening, wasn't it?
Correct, it was.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
And you were there with your crew, and we did that expo together, too. That's
yeah, I was there for that as well, right?
Yeah, and so you had the equipment to test, and then you were doing eye readings, and you came over to the booth and actually, I think, did an eye reading on myself and someone else who was there. And I did. Fascinated by your work. So to give us a little hint of what you love to do and how you do it.
All right, I've been involved with holistic healing for 30 plus years. I've been in it for a long time. And I was introduced to iridology when I was living in California at the time. A lady I was studying herbs under invited me to go to her home in the evening to meet Betty, who was an iridologist. I had no clue what she was talking about. But you've got to see this, Bill. This is a tool that you're going to use to help so many people. Because she knew how my passion was about helping people and using herbs and whatnot. So she twisted my arm, and I showed up at her home. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Irene, so I went by her home. And I met this lady, Betty, and she was a little old lady sitting there with a magnifying glass and flashlight and reading people's eyes, and it was like she was reading their medical record. It was amazing. I was really blown away by what she was doing. I was very intrigued. So I waited until the room cleared out, and I said, Betty, would you take a look at my eyes? She says, yeah, come and sit down. And again, it was like she had my medical record. She knew about everything that ever happened to me physically, and I was blown away by it. And I said, Betty, I've got to learn this. I need to know about this. So Betty became my teacher then, and she taught me iridology.
Excellent.
I've been just thrilled by it. Really have been.
Right. And so, how many years now are we talking about?
Oh wow, that was back in about 1989.
Okay.
When I studied under her, so it's been a long time now, and I've read lots and lots of eyes over those years.
Well, that's what I wanted the listeners to understand, that we don't have some rookie out of the courtyards here. We just got you, who actually loves what you do.
Right.
And so we invited you to join us, and you jumped right in, and I want to thank you for that, to join us at the Night of the Unknowns. Because
my pleasure.
I think it's really set up for people to experience something unknown, and a lot of people don't even know that your skill, your modalities, and available to them. Would you say that's true?
No, absolutely true. It's not new by any means. I mean, there's actually Egyptian hieroglyphics that show eye charts, so we know it goes all the way back to before Christ. So it's been around a long time. It was kind of rediscovered in the early 1800s. And sent from that time to now, they continually are improving on it because the better cameras they have now, they can really get in and get better shots and explode the eye, expand it out. And they're getting down to the point where they can tell which digit of which finger has arthritis and things. So, I mean, they're really getting it down fine, and they're continually working on it. So as time goes on, they'll get better and better with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is something I really find fascinating. But from my studies of just what I've studied so far, the body does tell signs in different ways of what's wrong with it if you only know how to tell those signs. I know definitely like little molds and stuff that we get on our face. I don't really want to say molds, but just the little imperfections and
Right.
stuff. I know I got one not too long ago, and a lady that I was working with at the time, she was like, "Oh, you obviously have something wrong with your liver," and she was right on the money. I was having liver issues at the time, and I've had that spot ever since. And I know that I've been told that as long as I clean up the liver, that'll eventually start to go away as well too.
I agree.
But I'm really fascinated with the eyes on the way that it holds those markers and stuff.
And then, so thank you for that share.
Oh, no problem.
I think it's awesome. I want people to understand really more about what each of you do today, because that's important. The Night of the Unknowns is our fun event, but there's a very serious side to the work that each of you do. So Mari, will you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Oh, be happy to. I'm a life intuitive, which means I hear it, see it, sense it, and I'm an author, and I do workshops just trying to help people transcend transformation, that type of thing. It was a little gift that I was given at birth. My mother was very religious, but she was also very spiritual, and it allowed us to explore those things. Sometimes and you're a very gifted child, your parents are awfully scared of, don't say that, it's not acceptable. But she made us feel like it was all right. And since then, I've been reading for the last 20, 30 years off and on. And of course, in high school, you say, you said so-and-so. And of course, I was just reading their mind, and they would say, "No, I didn't. No, well, you're what's wrong with you?" And ever since then, I kind of shut it down, and then I started using it more often in the last 10, 15 years, just as a profession, and that's all I do. But I also wrote a book. It's called "Change Your Layers, Change Your Life," and it was inspired by my sister. She had cancer. She says, "Mari, if there's words that could change my cancer," because she had a big sarcoma in her hand. And then I started asking universe, God, everything, whatever you believe in. And those words and messages came through. And I started to write and put them in print. And she says, "Why don't you put it into a book?" "Okay." "Why don't you publish the book?" "Okay." My sister had to guide me. And so she's been the inspirational person behind it. And ever since now I've evolved with the book, and I'm getting ready to put some CDs out. And I'm also putting out workshops. And I'm very, very excited, just to be able to help my part of the healing process here on this planet. Yes. And I'm a very accurate intuitive, and I help with transitional changes. I help with emotional kind of blocks that we have, because I can see where it started in your childhood and what things maybe inspired them. And then in doing that, then we are able to release it, because an emotion blocks us. And by releasing the emotion, and we understand the emotion, we create this space for healing. And that's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's very, very good at it, too.
Thank you.
I've been blessed. Have you sat with her yet?
No, I have not had the pleasure of that yet, no.
Well, we're just going to have to we're going to have to sit down and talk then.
That
Jeff.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm
we
looking
set some
forward
time.
to that.
Yeah, she's spot on. So
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Man, I mean that from my heart.
I mean, isn't it amazing when you're able to reach out to somebody and actually give them the gift of health, or be able to give them the feeling of knowing that there's hope again, and when you take somebody that's in a dark place and they just don't know where to go or what they're doing, and you're able to offer them something, it just feels so good to see them light up and to see the energy that they get from it. It's a great thing, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful.
wonderful.
And it's the most fascinating thing, because we come into this, maybe making money, maybe, building some kind of career, and we're very busy building material. But our gift here on this planet is to understand that we're of service. As a healer, as someone as a teacher, as a promoter, as someone just to bring joy. And if we become focused upon being that of service, being an iridologist, or being a theta healer, or being an intuitive to transition, those gifts come in abundance, and they just flow, and you become the person and the individual and the channel that you're here to be.
Yes. Here.
Absolutely.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, and so we just got
Very
to
well
focus. We're of service. We are of service.
And that's
Well put.
and that's one of the reasons that we even started Luminosity Wellness Center, was to put the collective of individuals like yourselves, like us, all together under one roof to support the community in educating them into what their wellness, their health, and their happiness can actually look like when they take personal responsibility. And keep moving, finding, asking, looking.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I've always seen it that it's now we had the blood moon that just recently happened,
Yeah.
the big transitional change. We had the 2012, 2011 kind of thing that we're going to be dying, and we're all talking about what world is going to perish. And in reality, our mental image, our mental perception has changed. And now the opening, in order for us to allow that to happen, is present.
Yes.
And we have 2 more hundreds of years to be able to evolve into what I call the golden years, and in order for us to evolve into that spiritual being that we're here to do, that we're here to be.
Yeah, that we're all lighting the path and way for.
We are. and if you would have done this about 10 years ago, it may have not taken off, but now it's starting to. There's leaps and bounds, and they're very short now. They're very, very short.
I
in
agree.
whatever that we're experiencing.
Like lightning.
Yes,
Boom,
so
right?
quick, so quick. It's almost I wake up in the morning and I realize that the day has gone and I haven't done one thing, and I feel like I haven't, because I went to the grocery store, exercised, and it's done.
Yes.
It's over with.
Unbelievable how
The
fast
time
time
is
goes.
so quick these days. It's just like quicker than it was when I was a teen. Of course, when we get older, our life expectancy isn't quite as long as it was when we were 12.
And the way I look at it is because time's going by so fast that I'm aging slower.
That's it.
Yeah.
I always tell myself I'm getting younger and younger and younger. And some of us, I have sat with people that were like 10 years younger than I am, and they go, oh, it is it's really hard to get old. It's getting older. I'm 38 years old, and I'm like, what? It's the perceptions that we have. And so if we were always young, my grandfather died at 108, grandmother died at 112.
Beautiful.
And it was the perceptions that they had about life. They were, they had a farm, they got up early, they had one shot of brandy in the morning, and that was their medicine. That was, or whatever they drank, I don't know. And and you think, oh, I can't drink. But if there's only limits to what you do in moderation, and whatever that you do, if it's moderation in eating, cooking, sleeping, whatever those things are, then you're okay. You're okay.
I'm going shopping for some brandy.
Just drink it in moderation.
We're going to join you, Christine.
My brandy there.
Tis the
Toast
season.
every morning.
That's
together,
it.
right?
That's it.
Well,
You're gonna say it has to do with Mari's grandparents. And they all had all their teeth. He died of a fall on a horse. He broke his hip.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. I know.
And then he was riding a horse at 108. Is that?
He was almost over 100. Yes.
Wow,
and
that's
then
amazing.
Yeah.
But that shows you need to just keep on living. If you feel like you're old, you're going to start to age and get old really quick.
That's it.
If you allow yourself to feel young, and I tell my clients and students this all the time, remember what it felt like to be a kid and have that youthful feeling, and then bring it into your heart. Allow that to go into every cell of your body, because the cells will remember and start to regenerate rejuvenate that way. At least that's my firm belief. As long as you hold those thoughts and those positive thoughts, the cells will start to change with it, I believe. And you will start to feel energetic again. That's my thoughts.
Absolutely. And I put on a workshop, and one of the things that I do teach is that if you take care of your physical body, mental, emotional, and then if you take care of your spiritual self, like meditation and prayer, and if you have those 3-4 elements, then you're on your way. If we neglect one, there's no balance.
Yeah, balance is the key. We got to go for our first commercial break here, so stick with us, and we'll be right back. Thank you. Good afternoon, and welcome back to the Luminosity Wellness Radio Show. I am Jeff Rennell. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Christine Essex, Mr. Blue in the corner, and then our special guest. We got Mari Rose and Bill Smith with us today. And we were just talking with Mari Rose, and would you mind telling us a little bit about what you actually do or what you're going to be doing at the Night of the Unknowns? And we're actually, if we could get a caller to call in too, she'd be more than happy to do a reading on somebody. And we also have tickets to give away for the Night of the Unknown. So we're looking for caller 3 on that. And let's just do it all at one swoop. And caller 3 wins tickets and gets a reading with Mari. Does that sound good?
702. 483-4444.
What was that number?
702-483-4444.
All right, we're looking for caller 3. And now, Mari, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about
I'm a
what it is.
life intuitive, and the reason I use life intuitive because I help you with your transitional lives, transitional life or lives in the past, because I can see your past lives and why sometimes you're karmically here, and sometimes we connect to people in a very dynamic way, and there's karmic energy, or the reason maybe we create karma into coming into another lifetime. I hear it, I see it, I sense it. So I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant. But I also see a little bit of afterlife, a little bit of medium. I also kind of more or less will scan your body and kind of look at a little bit of health issues that are really big and present, and we I try to help you with a little bit of changes. I did read for a lady one time, and I said, I hear pressure, I see pressure, I don't know what that is, but why don't you go get a checkup? And so she went to get a checkup, and then she later wrote to me, and she said, I want to thank you very much because I had pressure in my eye, and I was about to lose my eye if I hadn't gone that week. So it was, then I realized that whatever I was doing as far as reading was things to help individuals. And there is a lot of people out there that will, and I also predict the future, so help you with transitional changes. Do I need to make this type of change? Do I need to move, not move? And we look at obstacles. What's causing that? What are the blocks? And if you do move, this will happen. If you don't move, then this will happen. So we balance things out so that we can find a better path. A lot of people that come to me are needing answers, they're needing directions, but sometimes we put up emotional blocks, and so I also help you with emotions. Also help you with childhood perceptions. Sometimes we have, our parents took that canvas and they drew all over it, and sometimes it was a good canvas, and sometimes it's our perception. And it's always good because our parents do well and try to mean well, to help us, but many times the perception that we have as a child changes things, and maybe we didn't actually receive it the way they thought that you would be, because each individual is totally different, and we perceive things different. I had a sister, or I have sisters, there's 8 of us, and she says, oh, we talk trash about mom. And so when she will say, Mom was this and Mom was that, and I said, Mom was like an angel. Are you kidding? She taught me how to cook, and so then we have a different perception. It depends on how we perceive it. So excellent. That is what I do. That's a lot.
That was excellent because it laid it out in many different directions. Now, during the 5 to 7 minute time frame that you'll be with the people, you'll just go intuitively what they need in that 5 to 7 minutes. Would that be correct?
Yes, I can. Or I am selling my book as well, and I'm putting on workshops, and it's just a very, very quick kind of scan of the emotion that's most present, or sometimes we have a life direction, and I help them guide. It just depends on what it is and what they come to me with.
Right, I mean on the Night of the Unknowns, when they have
Yes,
5 to 7
absolutely.
minutes with you.
Yes.
You'll just zero in on probably what they need.
Just one
or-
thing. It's a
yeah.
very short reading. So just a taste, a
Good.
little bit of taste.
All right, a little bit of message, a little bit of fun, a little bit of
Yes,
love, and
yes.
then give them the information on how to get a hold of you, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can
Okay.
get a hold of me at Mari, MARI-Rose, ROSE.com.
Okay.
Or, you know, I'll be there with my books and let you know where my lectures and workshops are being held right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Did you go? You were there last year, weren't you?
I
No?
was not.
Oh.
I didn't know you then, I don't think. Did I?
Yeah, I think we did. Although, yeah, it's going to be just a little warning. Yes?
Okay.
You will be with that person for 5 to 7 minutes, and then next, and you will have to block for you to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Honestly,
okay.
right?
Yeah, I got my room last year at 4 o'clock, and I didn't see daylight until, I didn't even see daylight. It was about 10, 11 o'clock before I even walked out of
Wow.
there. And I felt like I missed the whole thing because everybody was gone by the time I got out of my room. I was busy that whole time.
There will be lines out your door all around you. Yes.
So then, Christine, are you going to be serving pizza?
Yeah. We'll figure out how to feed you. We're pretty good about making sure you guys' needs are met.
We're just going to have a little intravenous type of drip and
There
on
you go.
occasion.
We'll change your bag, that brandy bag, for you. No problem.
Sounds like fun. I can't wait. So it's going to be about 5-7 little second reading.
5 to 7 minute. Yeah.
Right, it's a minute.
I'm giving you some minutes. You feel better now?
Yes, absolutely, much better. But I will be part of this wonderful process or event that you'll be holding. I'm excited.
Yes.
You can also get my book, Change Your Layers, Change Your Life. So I'll be selling them then.
Good. So bring an assistant to help you. You're going to need one. Both of you will need someone to do your marketing and promotion for you,
Okay, wonderful. Okay.
just to keep the
How many-
minds rolling.
So you had a line last time. Was there big busy?
We have about 150, 200 people at least.
That's a good question. I didn't see.
He
I
didn't-
saw
you know,
about
you-
20 that came through my room, but I didn't see the rest. I had friends that came to show up to see me and never even had a chance. to
never
talk
had a
to 'em, yeah.
chance. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
You'll be slammed. And so we really are emphasizing this time because people were standing in lines for hours wanting to see, like, if they wanted to get their eyes read. Or see, they were hours standing in the same line, and they were not leaving. They stood there because they knew they wanted to see you, and that was it. So what we vowed to do this time is make sure that the participants know that you want to get into a relationship and you want to do more. And you've done this, so I'm going to let you talk about it, is you got to just like give them the quick what it is connection so they come back to you later, let them know how to get a hold of you, and then book sessions with them and give them what they really need more of. This is just a little love message from source or the body or however it's being delivered. It's quick. And we want to keep it quick. That way they don't get hung up. And I don't want to say, I'm not going to say that word, but, just give them love and say, call me.
Absolutely. Well, so how many practitioners do you have?
We have about 20 this year.
Oh, my. So it is going to be a big event.
It's huge.
Now,
Yeah.
is everyone required to bring a costume as they're walking in the door?
Yes, you must wear a costume.
And you're actually in costume, both of you. So do you know what you're going to be
I
at?
don't. I kept thinking about many things, but I think I'm going to keep that a secret.
Oh, I like that. Did you hear that, listeners? You got to come to the center
To see what-
just to see what Mari Rose is wearing, and she's beautiful. So you definitely want to come and see it.
Thank you.
Do you know what you're gonna?
Well, I'm thinking to keep them moving through fast, they don't spend too much time with me. I'm thinking the French maid outfit thing. And that way they'll be in and out of there
Keep the
fast.
goatee, though.
There you
for
go,
it,
right?
yes.
I have some stilettos you can borrow.
Thank you.
Do you think they're going to actually look into your eyes, though, with you dressed like that?
Good point. They won't get too close.
Oh, that's a crack up. That's hysterical. So and you've done this before, so maybe you can shed a little light on your experience.
I've done it before. The largest event I ever did was a state fair in Hawaii, and we had so many people lined up that the officials of the fair came and told us we had to shut down because we were absolutely just blocking the whole tent. And I read hundreds of eyes, and it was just one after another, bang, bang, bang. And all I was doing is just a quick reading. I would pick out the main things that would stand out. And there's always something that's going to stand out more than the rest. And those are the things I would pick out really quick and say, this is what I see. If you'd like to get together for a full consultation, make an appointment, and they would step off the side and make an appointment with somebody else to go on further if they wanted to. But and that was busy. It was all day long, nonstop.
So you're going to be 4 hours nonstop for sure.
It's all right.
Is there any way I can get out of my booth? Because I want to go to some of these practitioners.
I do too. I
I
want to have time with you.
I already have my pine cone in my office for the pine cone reader.
Yeah, we have someone reading pine cones. We have someone reading shells.
Wow.
Name readings, organ readings. Dr. Bob will be reading organs, so he'll just quickly scan your body or touch in certain places and give you, like you would do it more on a physical level, looking more of a kinesthetic way, right, than a visual.
This is interesting because I don't care how long you've been involved in the holistic field. I'm sure if you were to come to this event, you're going to find people there doing modalities that you've never seen before. And it's always nice to get exposed to new things. I think it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
I agree with you because I've seen some amazing things in this field, but every time I see something new, it's even more amazing. And you expect it at times, but when it happens, it floors me sometimes. I'm just really amazed, and it's awesome to be a part of this.
I've been exposed to holistic stuff for, I say, over 30 years. And my forte really is getting people on good diets, that make sure they're ingesting things that are good for them, and that their body can digest them and assimilate them and then eliminate all the waste from what they're eating. And that's always been my thing. I've always known about essential oils, but they're just those smelly good things over there. I never paid too much attention to them. This past April the 9th, I went down. I was in Afghanistan working. I'm a bomb tech by trade. That's what I do. I was over there, and I went down hard. I got a pretty severe concussion with a brain bleed. They sent me home to my family and still in coma. Wow. And all that experience, all that background I had was no good. I couldn't take any herbs. I couldn't do anything. And fortunately, my wife, Julie, had posted something on Facebook about me being in the hospital, and a good friend of mine, a mentor, from up in Kansas City, Ron Logan, amazing guy. He contacted my wife back and said, get essential oils, and started applying them immediately. And my wife, again, was like, well, nothing else I can do. So she, out of desperation, that's what she did. And she was putting them on 24 hours a day, just slamming them with these oils on my feet, head, and neck. As a matter of fact, one of the nurses even complained about, what is that stuff? It smells bad. And I said, hey, listen, I have to do something for my husband. This is the only thing I can do right now. So I'm feeling empowered here, so leave me alone, And she continued doing it. About a week later, I came out of it, out of the coma. And for the first week, I was a pretty ugly guy. I mean, belligerent, vulgar. I mean, it was horrible. And my wife was like, oh, great, this is my new husband now. A week later, I started calming down. And then they started working me, getting me walking and all this. 2 weeks later, I was out of the hospital. The staff was amazed at how fast I came around. And then when I was going back a week after that for a checkup, and as we're going to the parking lot, my wife and I heading toward the hospital, we see a guy coming out. He was going towards his car. My wife said, that's him. I said, who? She says, the physical therapist, John. I went, oh. So I went, hey, John, I put my hand out. He was shocked. He was like, Bill, I can't believe this. I can't believe that you're walking as well as you are. You're communicating. Because you're a walking miracle, man. This is absolutely amazing. We go in the hospital, same thing from all the staff. They kept saying the same. Nobody could believe how fast I came around. And I put it on my wife. I mean, she was getting everybody praying for me, and she was putting oils on me 24/7. And so now I've been exposed to something new. 30 years in this, and I never tried them. But now I'm really getting into the oils. I'm finding out they're amazing what they can do. They're really something. So.
I agree. We have to go to another commercial break right now, but stick around with us, and we'll be back, and we'll do a few little readings and talk a little bit more about the Night Unknown. Thank you.
Cool.
Welcome back to Luminosity Wellness Radio. I am Jeff Rennell with Christine Essex, Bill Smith, Mari Rose, and Mr. Blue in the corner over there, Josh Carpenter. How's everybody doing this afternoon?
Super duper.
We're doing fabulous. So this is going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to this Night of the Unknowns.
Hey, we got to do a show on Bill on being a bomb tech now. I think he just threw the bomb out on us on the last right before
I'm doing
commercial.
pretty good after 30 years.
Yeah, you got 9.5 fingers. That's great.
Yeah, I heard it on the way in, and because I was like, "What were you doing in Afghanistan?" Because he just got back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have to do some more on that. It's pretty fast. I had an uncle who was a did something. Yeah. But I don't want to say his name because I think he ended up getting in a lot of trouble. So, in private, I'll tell you. I'm not sure. Yeah.
All names are ficticious.
There you go.
Mari, do you remember when we were sitting around at that talking about doing this radio?
We did.
Do you
Actually,
remember?
I want to say that we have, Christine and I inspired it. We were sitting there talking. I says, Christine, I think what you need to do is do a little radio show, and it's going to really help. And I told you I was going to introduce you to Aaron Phillips, and I don't know if did I say that?
I don't know.
I remember
but,
that. Yeah,
I don't even.
Yeah,
and you
so
planted a very good seed.
and then I saw you writing down. It's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden, here's the radio show. So you've done well. Wonderful.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah,
we that's what we did. We put it out there. You planted seeds, and here we are. So.
All right, looks like we got a caller, Jean.
Yay.
Yes.
Jean.
How you doing
Hi.
today, Jean?
It's a wonderful show. I'm enjoying it so much. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. And you are caller 3, so you win the 2 tickets to the Night of the Unknown. And if you would like, we'll do a reading with Mari and you. Is that okay?
I would love that. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, let me introduce you to Mari. Hi, Mari.
Hi, Jean. How are you?
Oh, Mari, I'm doing just wonderful today, and this is so exciting. This is wonderful. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you called. So, do you have a question for me?
Well, probably a million, but we only have time for one.
Okay.
I would like to know, relationship-wise, what do you see for me? Do you get any feeling?
One thing that I do notice, and I'm kind of sensing and feeling that emotion about relationships. You don't know what you want yet. There's you do want it, you don't want it. And universe only gives you what you really want. And if you say, I want someone 8 foot, and I want someone 5 foot, and I want someone 5'3", well, those multitudes of heights comes to you, but none being the right person. So I suggest that you start to really focus and meditate. When we fall in love, and this is what I often tell people, we don't fall in love with an image, because an image usually distorts what we want, or we have a perception. This person has to be 8 foot tall, this person has to be 5 foot tall, and we get caught in the illusion, in the image of what we want. When we find love, and if someone was blind and wasn't able to connect to people, but only sensed that emotion through an individual they had just met, they're seeking someone that has the same passions that they have. They're seeking someone that is lovely and giving and generous, and they fall in love with the person's qualities. Why? Because we have to first find them within ourselves. And in finding them within ourselves, we will mirror the image, and that person comes to us. And we now fall in love with the mirror image of someone being kind and gentle and loving and forgiving. But do not place an image in front of you, because sometimes we get distorted and it becomes very difficult for us to depart from when it's not the right person. But in your case, I do see that you haven't quite decided, because your emotions are also undecided of what you want. And do you want one? Yes. I hear clairaudient. So do you want a relationship? Yes. Do you want something more permanent? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Do you know what you want? Oh, it goes blank. So that's telling me that you haven't. You want all those things, but have you put the energy in first finding the connection with yourself, finding the love that you have within your heart, and working on yourself first, because that that image, that mirror image of an individual will come to you. So now that you know that, now we're going to set you in the right direction, the right path. Okay, a new relationship for Jean. In 3, I hear numbers. It's a day, a week, a month, a year. March being the third month of the year. And yes, you will meet that individual with someone, through someone. And so it's something that you connect with, or maybe at a party, an event of some sort. But many times we're placed with different images, different people that are in our life, and we ignore them. We walk right by them. But you have to be open. Many times I've been looking for that penny on the ground, and I walk by those pennies and I never notice them. And then lately I've just been able, and this is just a crazy analogy, but lately I've been open to all the pennies that fall, and I look at them and I pick them up because I notice them in my path. So be present, be aware, know what you're looking for, and that individual comes. Now that you know, you're opening that space, because that's what you needed to hear in this reading in order for you to move forward in a relationship. Would it be a long-term relationship when you do meet them? You're undecided, because when I see you, I do feel like that there's a lot of indecision. Do you want them? You don't want them. So you're not certain. So be certain of what you're looking for, and that person will show up. And whatever number that I gave you, that person will be there. But let's work on ourselves first, and that mirror image of that beautiful individual is going to come to you. Okay,
well,
dear.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful advice, and I have to tell you, I'm so excited that you spoke about pennies, because if I ever meet you, I'll tell you the story of pennies, but I pick up every one because I know it's from all of my angels. I have the best angels in heaven.
I believe the same
thank
thing.
you.
I believe the same thing. Well, we'll ask the angels to cast pennies in your path and lead you to the right man.
Okay, well, thank you, and I appreciate you taking my call. You all have a good show for the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Jean.
much.
Thank you, Jean.
All right. So thanks so much. That was awesome reading.
Excellent.
And
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very well spoken.
Thank
Just
you.
Very elegant.
It's a little channel that comes through me. And a lot of times when I read for people, I just channel it. And it's something, and people say, what did you say about this and this and this? I don't remember it. I'm sorry, I don't. And may I read a little something on you, Bill? Do we have time? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. When I picked up your energy, Bill, because you're sitting right next to me and you have a beautiful aura about
Thank you.
And what I'm also noticing is that you may have done this in another lifetime. You're kind of like I just saw mummy. So you may have been someone that did embalming or fermented something bodies in the past. That's something that you may have been, and you're carrying this gift, and you needed this traumatic experience in order for you to evolve into the healer that you were here to be.
I agree.
And I do see that you will have a location in order for you to practice. Do you have one now? I hear no. But you will have a location possibly within 5. A day, a week, a month, a year, May being the 5th month, or in 5 years. Years seem a little bit too far. Okay?
5 days, please, 5 days.
just saying.
And whenever in the healing modalities that you use, it's not going to be one technique, but 1, 2, 3, 4 modalities of the way you use things, and it's going to be your way of doing it. It's not just a textbooks type of information that you're going to, teach somebody else's technique. It's going to be your individual way of doing that. And you're also thinking about children, something about maybe working with children or healing children. Are you working with children now? You will.
Well, I'm working. Actually, my big push right now is towards the vets with PTSD and their families, because the families are all involved with this. So yeah, the children of the vets.
Okay.
as
Yeah,
well.
because I
So,
see
yeah.
little children around you, and they're going to greatly benefit. They're going to greatly
Good,
benefit because you do need to start at the very beginning of our growth, or our beginning where we're starting the canvas being painted, and the children are it. In
Absolutely.
order for them to grow as leaders and be fruitful and be the persons that they need to be. And although as old adults we get a little crusty and we don't want to necessarily change, but you are be able to mold the perceptions of children that are kind of lost and kind of
Good.
in that turmoil. Good for you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you very much. I
wonderful.
appreciate that. Thank you.
You're
Jen.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take another commercial break here, talking about how fast time goes, huh? I can't believe it's another commercial break. We will be right back, and when we come back, we're going to have Bill Smith read somebody's eye here, since we can't really have a caller call in and have him read the eye over the phone. So stick with us, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Luminosity Wellness Radio. We are here with Christine Essex, Josh Carpenter, Mari Rose, our special guest, and also Bill Smith, another special guest. And these are two practitioners we are going to have on October 30th at Luminosity Wellness Center for the Night of the Unknown. Mari Rose will be doing intuitive readings, and we will have Bill Smith there doing some ideology work. And so we're going to have...
Iridology.
Iridology?
It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry. No big deal. Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
well... He's going to read some eyes here.
There you
so
go.
we're going to have Bill, if he doesn't mind, reading Christine's eyes.
It'd be my pleasure.
And he will show you what he does so well.
And so quickly.
Let's take a look here. All right, my dear. Follow my hand.
So right now, so we don't have any dead time on the air, he is looking into her eyes, making her follow his finger around.
First of all, you have an amazing constitution.
Okay.
Your body is very strong. You have great constitution, which means you have the ability, if you take care of yourself, to live a long, healthy life. And you should recuperate very fast. Anytime you go down or hurt, whatever, your body should recuperate very fast. You have great constitution. It's good.
Yeah.
Look, follow down here. All right, we got to learn to deal with the stress a little bit better. You got a lot of stress, my
not
dear.
Christine.
All right, so let's work on that some. And follow down again.
I've had this done
And
years
this
ago when I
side
was
is
younger.
the emotions, and you've got a lot of old baggage you're dragging around with you, which I'm surprised to hear that from you. Because
I know.
yeah, but let's kind of do some searching back and see if we can figure out what that is, and release it. Turn it over to
Okay.
God, whoever it is you believe in. I would turn it over to God, so just whoever, and then don't allow it to get you down anymore. Okay? So
Okay.
just and we'll talk about that later how we can do that. Look over here a little bit. Respiratory is stressed a little bit. And because of the glands being stressed the way it is, you're not resting well. Even when you sleep, your body is not resting. You're in an exhausted state. And so we need to kind of work on that some so that you get good, restful sleep. And heart's a little bit stressed.
You're going to be finding her asleep on her desk. You know that. And she's going to have a treadmill next to her.
Mhm. I like what I see in the iris. I really do. I want to do your eyes good with the glass so I can really see them good. But you have great constitution. Some digestive things going on. You're not digesting and assimilating good. Can I see your fingernails? Are they painted or?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're gelled.
Can I chew them? The paint.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Take us all
But
afternoon.
we'll look at that more when I get my glass and light. I'd like to do a good reading on your eyes.
Great, thank you.
So how
Thank you,
did you
Bill.
feel about that reading, Christine?
Very spot on. I have digestive issues. I am stressed, and I have been clearing some of the emotional
good,
stuff
good.
lately because it's just gotten overbearing to lug around anymore. So, been really pulling out and
And that takes time,
extracting
dear.
it.
It
Yeah,
takes time. It
yeah.
really does.
It
Something you have
didn't-
to work on for a time period to get it out.
Yeah, and I would like to talk to you. Maybe there's some
Be glad
speedier
to.
ways, right?
Yeah, I'd be glad.
Okay,
be
great.
glad to help you out with that.
Thank you.
Well, I just found that fascinating how you could read all of that so quickly out of her eyes. I'm sure that's years and years of practice,
It is,
but
yeah.
still absolutely amazing to be able to read all of that out of somebody's eyes. And that goes to show our audience, if you're new to this, there's a lot of things out there in this world that can really help us in a lot of different ways. You just have to be open to that new idea. So I want to thank you, Bill Smith, for showing up here today. And if you want to have your eyes read by Bill, definitely show up on October 30th at the Luminosity Wellness Center. And that goes the same if you want to have an intuitive reading from Mari Rose. And thank you very much for coming today and visiting us today on the radio show.
Do you have a phone number, Bill, people can call you at?
Oh yeah, I do. Actually, the best way to probably get hold of me is via my email, which is healthyq, the letter Q, and then digit 8, healthyq8@gmail.com. And if you want to reach me, my phone number, it's 702-540-7808. And I'll be more than happy to return your emails or calls, whatever. It'd be my pleasure. And a quick plug, if I can, for like I mentioned earlier, I'm doing a lot of work with the with vets suffering from PTSD, and not just the vet, but the whole family, because that is something that affects everybody around them. Everybody is dealing with it, particularly the wives and children are dealing with a lot of stress. So please feel free to call me. Let me talk with you about that, and be more than happy to reach out and do whatever I can to help you out with that.
That's awesome.
Thank you so
And
much.
do you want to quickly plug yourself, Mari?
Absolutely. My name is Mari Rose, and you can reach me at Mari, MARI-Rose.com, or you can reach me at my phone number, 702-807-6495. I will be at your center, Luminosity Wellness Center, for the Nights of the Unknown. I do have a book, and it's called Change Your Layers, Change Your Life, and I want to be able to help you facilitate that.
Very nice. And we'll have to have you back because she does come to the center and sees people. So please come in and see what we got going on. I really quickly need to announce, though, Friday night, if anyone is listening and they're interested in learning more about a Swami or Swamis, we're having an event with Swami Nardinand and Swami Joytima. And they will be at the center Friday night at 6 o'clock if you would like to meet them. And it'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. And they're just going to be talking about what they do, how they do it. And then they have a 3-day meditation that takes place after that. So please join us. And there's no charge for Friday night. And just see if it resonates with you. And if you've ever been interested in what a Swami is or how they live their lives or how they help us as individuals, please come down to the center at 2400 North Teneo Way, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89128 from 6 to 8 on Friday night. Thank you very much.
That is awesome. I can't wait. I'm going to be interested in seeing what the Swamis have to say.
Yeah.
I also tonight have a theta meditation going on where I'll do a guided meditation. It is a healing meditation, and that runs from 7 to 8 o'clock. It's a love donation over there at Luminosity Wellness Center. Everybody's more than welcome to show up for that. And again, thank you very much, Mari Rose. Thank you, Bill Smith.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Christine. And thank you, Mr. Blue, even though you didn't really say very much this episode. But thank you for being here.
I did not. I was too busy periscoping. So check us out on social media, Luminosity Wellness Radio, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Google+.
All right. This is another wonderful episode. Thank you for listening out there in listening land. And we will be back next Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Good day.